Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's my birthday today.
Not when we're recording.
Not when we're recording, but when this releases.
So fuck you right now, but happy birthday when this releases.
Sunday, August 11th.
It's your birthday.
Yeah.
I only know that. The only reason I remember your birthday
is because yours is the 11th of July.
Yeah, it's literally 30 days after mine. Like just
a month after.
1 month after.
That's the only reason I remember yours too.
Yeah.
So, congratulations.
Some football player had the same birthday. It's either June 11th, July 11th, or August 11th. Some famous football player.
I think Hulk Hogan shares my birthday. I think I'm pretty lucky in that aspect.
Awesome. So what events are going on this week?
None. There's going to be a prison letter writing.
Oh yeah,
on Tuesday. I believe.
Downtown Salt Lake City Library.
Yeah,
but more importantly than that, we have we have the rendezvous coming up.
The rendezvous is not more important than writing prison.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
but we do have the rendezvous coming up.
But more importantly, for us to discuss.
Yeah.
Sure,
why not?
Why not? We'll go with that. We have the rendezvous coming up.
Yeah, that's going to be August 30th through September 2nd.
That's Labor Day weekend.
It's going to be super fun. Hey, we can write prisoner's letter there.
You know, it's actually a good idea. Yeah. I haven't thought about that yet. We can do that. And now you can do that since you're off parole, which we talked about in this episode. Woo! Yeah.
It's a good month for me.
So, anyways.
Except for I lost financial aid.
Check out. Check out witchsidepodcast.com for info on the rendezvous.
It's going to be awesome.
Check out this episode. I hope you like this episode of us talking about Jordan's parole being released.
If you don't make it to the rendezvous, you're a slave to the man.
Fuck the man. What is it? Damn the man. Save the empire.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side? Which side are you on? 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 Which side are you on?
Hey, Cal.
Callie. She's upstairs in her bedroom. Totally recording it.
So Jordan,
yes,
you're off parole.
I am off parole.
That's a hell of a way to start a podcast.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I don't believe it yet.
You don't believe? No, it's super weird. Like
surreal.
It's a weird feeling to be under such government control and just change.
I've been dealing with this since 2008.
My experience is way less than yours,
mm-hmm.
and I just know how it was for me. Mm-hmm. Like when I was on pretrial release, and then they dropped all the charges on me.
Yeah,
I had to check in every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And I still called to check in until they actually told me, you don't need to call anymore.
I don't know. I'll probably call the PO and be like, so, like, am I really off?
Am I really?
And when do I get my passport back?
No, I mean, for reals, you know, can I really leave the state tonight? You know, that type of shit. Hey, can I really, you know, talk to animal rights activists that have been convicted of crimes now?
Yeah.
You know, can I actually get back to my normal life? And
they'll probably be like,
friends?
we recommend that you don't.
They probably, I mean, I wouldn't say that. I
no,
mean,
yeah.
Just because once they say, yeah, you're off, you know, all those conditions are good. So just to be clear, if you're off, you can now associate with the vegan straight edge.
Yeah, I can.
Now, once you're able to associate with the vegan straight edge, will you let me know who the vegan straight edge is? So I could also associate with them because they sound... You know,
yeah, I don't know.
Like the individuals I would want to associate with because they're on your list that you can't.
No, they're probably not.
Yeah, probably. You're right. They're probably not.
They're probably not that cool.
But I just want to know who these the vegan straight edge is.
The vegan straight edge.
Yeah, the vegan straight edge.
They're an animal group.
Are they?
That's what it says. I don't know. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. So that'll mean a lot better guests.
So how did you actually get off parole? Like what was the whole process?
So after a year, you can file for early termination. I think with my case, since it was not a felony, I could have actually filed earlier.
Hold on. You just said something really important that I don't think a lot of people understand.
That my case is not a felony.
It's not a felony.
And it's not a misdemeanor.
It's not a misdemeanor.
It's not an infraction.
It's not. What is it?
Sui generis.
which means
Nothing.
of its own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Means of its fucking own.
Yep.
What the hell?
It means that they pulled it out of the bottom of a barrel because they could.
It's so fucking unknown that I remember the judge telling you that he didn't know what the implications of it was.
Yeah, he said, I don't know how this will affect you. I don't know if you can carry weapons. I don't know if you can vote. I just don't know.
Yeah. Which, from my vast legal knowledge called Google, you should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten things in the mail to vote, and I'm on voting registers, so I'm pretty sure that...
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be a problem at all.
They would have taken that off if I was a felon, I think.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. With job applications, though, it's weird.
Well,
because it just depends on the job application.
I wouldn't ever put it down. I mean, I'm just being straightforward because...
Well, it just depends on what's written. Because if it says, if you've been convicted of a criminal offense, then yes, I have.
Yeah, but usually what they say is, if as long as it's less than a traffic ticket, they don't care. And I wouldn't put it down because technically it's of its own, so it's less than a traffic ticket, because it could be.
Well, it just depends. If it says that, have you ever been convicted of a crime excluding a felony or a misdemeanor? It's not a felony. It's not a misdemeanor. So I have to put it down.
Who would want to know if you've been convicted of infractions?
Well, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, that's basically what that question
is. Well, no,
is.
I mean, I think that one said excluding misdemeanors or infractions is what I meant to say. So it was seeing if you were a felon, but it didn't come out.
I wouldn't put it down. I'm just being honest. I wouldn't put it down.
Yeah.
And because you have two options, right? You can put it down and not get the job because they're not going to look at you seriously.
Yeah.
Or you cannot put it down and maybe get the job. You know, if they find out later, then you don't get it. If you don't put it down, you're at least 50-50.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's fucking ridiculous. But I don't even think that it should be a real question. Like, with my current employer, the only question was, have you been convicted of a violent crime? That was it.
Yeah.
So if it was felonies, as long as it wasn't violent, you're okay.
Yeah.
Which I think is a lot more responsible thing to do for employers, because every one of us live our lives one action away from committing a felony. And a lot of people just don't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every one of us is lucky that we haven't been charged with felonies, because I know almost everyone in my entire life has committed felonies. 80% of the U.S. population smoke pot. It's a felony.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken a pain medication that wasn't prescribed to you? That's a felony. Have you ever? I mean, there's so many little
illegal fireworks. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's seriously. Have you ever
interstate commerce?
Have you ever opened a mail that wasn't addressed to you? That's a felony. These little things. We live our lives one step away from a felony at all times.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons I disagree with the system, and I think it's fucked up. But you never know, Yeah. And should someone who does an action when they're 16, 17, 18, when they can be tried as an adult, really have to bear that burden when they're 45, 50, 60? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous.
Do you know how much fucked up shit I did when I was a kid? I mean, do you know how much fucked up shit I did last week? Let alone when I was a kid? But
I don't want to know.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's insane to think that the actions you do when you're 14 and 15 should be held against you when you're 35, 40.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane.
It's ridiculous.
And don't get me wrong, there's certain actions that I think
justify
you should be looking at differently and taken in different contexts. But when you look at the people who are in prison, the vast majority in there because of drug-related offenses, mostly marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the other half, it's because of the socioeconomic status of the individual, which has to do with poverty. And if you eliminate those two things, why the fuck do we need prison?
We'd definitely save a lot of money on building new ones.
God. And the privatization. There's a new documentary that came out a little while ago, and I wish I could remember the name of it, where they talk to inmates and they talk to prison officials on one of the just about prison life in general.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest things that came out of it, there was 3 wardens that openly stated that prisons should not be left over to private institutions.
I was at a private prison, and it was one of the worst times of my life.
And the other thing that was very clear from all these conversations was guards were all stating, we lock people up for way too long and for the wrong offenses.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. It's insane.
It is.
Yeah.
But the whole prison industrial complex needs to be abolished.
Well, the hard thing
restructured.
Without completely changing our current system, who the fuck's going to run for, hey, I'm going to run for governor and I'm going to let everyone out of prison. Who the fuck's going to vote for that person?
Yeah.
You'd have me and like 10 other people, yeah, it's not a popular opinion because
it's not.
It's fear-based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, are you really scared of somebody smoking pot?
Yeah.
Oh no, they're eating all of our food.
What if they're smoking pot through a drive-thru and they, run over a kid in front of them?
Well, they need to be more responsible.
Don't you remember that commercial?
No.
There was a TV commercial that happened to.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, off parole.
I am.
Hasn't sunk in yet.
No, it has not.
Have you done anything
No.
that you shouldn't have done yet?
No.
Why not? What were some of the stipulations that you couldn't do?
No ALF, no ELF, no the vegan straight edge. No contact with anyone with a criminal record. Even though it's like loose, it was loosely.
It was pretty much felonies, right?
Yeah, pretty much felonies.
Couldn't contact current inmates.
Yeah, current anybody in the system, pretty much prison system, I couldn't contact.
What was your travel restrictions?
I couldn't leave the state of Utah.
Okay. We should fix that one tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know if I
feel
okay with that.
When I'm saying fix it, I'm talking about just going to the border.
Like, I've been offered to go to Wendover, and then I'm like, no, I don't have money. That'd be fun, but no.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, honestly, my thought process is we're going to Witchside Rendezvous, and that's right next to Colorado.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, bloop, I'm in Colorado. Bloop, I'm in Utah.
Hey, and while you're in Green River, Colorado, you should hit up a doctor and talk to him about your insomnia.
You could do that now.
Yeah. I don't know if they have a clinic there or not.
I don't know. It's funny.
But hey, you never know.
You never
Wait,
know.
hold on. You don't even need a card there, do you? It's for recreational use now, isn't it?
Is that Washington or... I don't even know.
Was it...
Uruguay just legalized marijuana.
Well, they socialized it, you should say. They took it over.
They took it over.
Took all aspects of it over.
Which is going to improve their economy a lot.
But they've also made it so you can't... they eliminated drug tourism. You have to be a citizen to smoke or ingest or whatever. It doesn't matter how you take it. But they completely legalized it. They legalized homegrown too, up to like 6 plants.
Huh.
But they're trying to take it over to eliminate the cartels. They're basically saying if we take over the production ourselves, we sell it at the cost or below cost, so we eliminate the profit value of it. Then it's what we should do, and I think that's a very responsible way of doing it. It's way more responsible than like how we stopped prohibition on alcohol in the United States.
Oh yeah,
all that basically did was
just create dangerous alcohol.
So when they went to prohibition, it created a huge underground black market, which made people super rich. But
it also had dangerous product on that black.
Oh yeah, very dangerous product because there's no regulation.
Yeah,
they would pretty much put whatever the fuck they wanted into it, and you didn't know how to do it. Yeah, I mean, it was ridiculous. But when
good to go.
When they legalized it again, all those people that were running those illegal organizations were stepped up and immediately, again, became the profit of them. So you basically had people who were harmful to people in the beginning, become the ones who became the titans of the industries.
Yeah.
And by the government taking it over and selling it so cheap, it eliminates that prospect of the people who are currently making money continue to make money in the country.
Yeah, the profit margin would totally go down.
Yeah. I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I don't even smoke pot. I don't give a fuck if you do, but it should be legal.
Yeah,
and I think all drugs. I mean, I'll go right for it and say all drugs should be legal.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, if if things like alcohol and cigarettes and shit like that are legal, then drugs are just a step above that shit, you know?
It's all the same.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, there's no difference between nicotine and caffeine.
Nah.
And I mean, I choose to take one drug and I choose not to partake of the other drug.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you can decide which one I choose. I won't tell you.
Heroin.
Heroin and caffeine. There's a lot more similarities than people think.
It's a downer.
I mean, caffeine is a psychotropic drug. It does change your brainwave patterns.
Yeah.
In drastic ways. Anyways.
Oh, I don't think I finished. So I filed a motion for early termination, and then the judge granted it. My PO was okay with it.
Hold on, like you were telling me about the prosecutor.
Yeah,
which
that surprised everyone.
Let's not like cut corners here. This prosecutor is a fucking asshole. Like from the get go, he made it a personal mission for political reasons to imprison you.
Yes,
I mean that's really what happened.
Yeah, and he said he'd be more than happy to let me off parole. Like what the fuck?
Fuck him.
I don't understand. That's all. I just don't understand. I mean, maybe it's a successful case in his book. It's like, look, he's successfully rehabilitated himself into society now.
Fuck him.
Because of prison. I don't know. I don't really... Like, part of me wants to say, in the 5 years that I've been dealing with this shit, or however long, maybe he's had a change of heart.
But, there were so many times in the middle of this going on where he actually said, I'm taking this personal. This is a personal case for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. I just fucking hate him.
I don't know why either.
Fuck you. That's all. I mean, seriously, fuck you. I mean, thank you for saying, yeah, he doesn't have a problem with you getting off.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the one good thing you've ever done in your life, you scumbag. But fuck you.
See, I don't even feel comfortable saying those things.
Come arrest me. I don't give a fuck.
The most I'll say is that when he runs for office, because he's going to.
Oh, yeah.
I'll not vote for you.
No, I will not vote for you either.
Sorry.
Ooh, we're willed such a heavy hammer on that one.
I know. Yeah, no, I'm still not comfortable saying, like, I'm not fully comfortable expressing myself.
No, I understand that. I totally understand that.
Ridiculous. And maybe if I see it on paper, I'll be like, yeah, fuck everybody.
So what's the biggest thing you're looking forward to being off parole?
Not having to worry about the things that I say, as much.
Yeah.
Or talking to people. I'm really looking forward to talking to a lot of people that I haven't been able to.
Yeah, totally. One thing that I don't think a lot of people realize that you have to do when you're on parole is that any contact with police, you have to call your PO. So
you get pulled over, call your PO. If you're on the sidewalk and you see a mugging and you have to give a witness report, you have to call your PO. Yeah.
And if you don't, they know. It gets filed in the system.
Yeah.
And you go back to prison.
Yeah, like with me,
that happened on May Day, remember?
Yeah.
They arrested a bunch of people for jaywalking.
But I didn't have any contact.
You didn't have any contact, but you still told your PO.
Yeah. I had to tell my PO about my friend that had died because they.
Oh yeah,
called,
I remember that. Yeah,
and so the cops called me asking what would happen, and so I had
okay. Let's just set the story up. You had spoken to this friend earlier on the phone, and so when they reviewed the phone records, your name came up.
Yeah, no, I actually saw them the night. So
yeah,
and they were like, "So you're one of the last people that had seen this person. What the fuck happened?" I'm like, "Fuck if I know."
Yeah, and you had to go call your PO over that. Otherwise, you risk going back to prison.
Yeah, which is weird telling your PO that someone died.
Yeah,
and the cops are investigating it.
Just that fear of any interaction.
Yeah,
whether or not you've done anything wrong or not, any interaction has to be reported. That is insane to me.
Yeah, but luckily I don't have to deal with that shit. No, if an agent knocks, fuck off.
That's actually, hold on. I just realized this.
What's that?
every time you've been at my house, I've run the risk of being able to have them come into my house without a warrant.
Yeah, people don't realize that too, and like, it's very unlikely.
It's unlikely,
but it's a possibility. Anywhere that I work, they have the right to search.
And not anymore. That's all done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah.
My employer didn't believe that, and they stated they would tell them to fuck off. And I say,
well, you can state it all you want.
Tell an FBI agent to fuck off. Go ahead.
They have the right to search anything you have access to while you're there. You're still technically under their control.
Yeah.
Which means that the employer, knowing that you're, under parole, which I believe you have to disclose. Don't you have to disclose that to an employer?
Well, you have to tell your PO whether or not your employer knows you're under parole.
Yeah. So you have to disclose it, basically.
Yeah.
And so anything that you have access to in your employment is subject to search.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's pretty complicated. Like, I think what I'm most looking forward to is, like, a lot of people have asked me to do, interviews and to talk on panels, to write articles, stuff like that.
And we've had to not had people on the podcast.
We've had to, like, we're going to have a lot better guests now. But, yeah. So anyway, I can now finally not have to worry about any of that with the I can't remember. No, we had to take a break.
Yeah. But you can also come and pick up all of your goddamn karate weapons from my house.
Yeah. You can. I wasn't allowed to have martial arts weapons at the house.
It's really
And I'm not like one of those guys that like collects all these martial arts weapons.
No, there's all like actual training weapons and for actual practice. It was not like, look at my size I got them at a flea market.
Yeah,
none of that shit.
No,
it's real. It's real training and stuff. Yeah.
Anyways. Not that I've done martial arts after I broke my leg. I kind of stopped for a while, but
I really hope my toes aren't broken.
Yeah, he dropped like 400 pounds on his foot today.
Both my feet.
I dropped 400 pounds on your foot. Kind of. It was your fault.
I am not placing blame on any party.
Yeah.
All I will say is that the actions that led up to it would repeat themselves in the future if we're in that situation again.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
It was the right decision to do. And I'm sticking to it.
Sure.
Anyways.
It would make things easier.
Yeah, it did make things a lot easier.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Anyways.
Broken foot.
Whatever, It's a shit us working men have to do.
Yeah. It's probably going to sound like it's just like we're going to be talking about something and it just cuts off because I don't remember what the fuck we were talking about.
Oh, well.
Do you know
what we should talk about, though?
Deal with it.
Kale. We should talk about Kale.
Like Keenan and Kale?
Who's Keenan and Kale?
Good Burger. Home with Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Sorry. Don't know.
Nickelodeon, all that.
Sorry. I wasn't rich.
SNL has Keenan on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
His partner was Kale.
Okay, I gotcha. Kale, what is your favorite thing to do with Kale? Hold on, I like this. 3% of you said, look at it.
I just like to look at it.
I like to look at it.
That's like 4% almost.
Hold on. I like to compost it. I'm just like throwing that shit right in the compost pile.
Right away.
That's 8% of you. Yeah. It's just like, fuck Kel, compost.
Well, at the same time, like 4% said toss it. I don't know what that means, like tossing it in a salad or just throwing it away.
And what kind of salad are we talking about?
Yeah.
Is that a bedroom salad or is that like a kitchen table salad? I mean,
well, no, because there's salad on there, and like 11.5% of the people think that it's good on salad. 11.5.
I've never tried kale on salad.
11.5 people like to grow it.
To me. Is maybe baby kale would be better, but the kale I've always had seems a little too bitter to throw right onto a salad. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. I don't know.
No. I don't know if I've yet to have kale still.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on, no. You've had kale in smoothies I've made.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the green smoothies.
Okay,
Yeah, you've had kale in some of those.
fair enough.
I love I mean,
I haven't had kale chips. That's for damn sure. Everyone keeps talking about them.
they're not terrible.
At 15.5% of y'all think that they're the best thing in the world.
They're not terrible. I've never tried them with nutritional yeast on them. And that's what I keep hearing is the best way to prepare them.
Yeah, that's what I hear too.
Yeah. So, and then, but, excuse me, 12% said green smoothie.
Yeah.
That's 99% of the way I consume kale.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good. I love when you're running it through your juicer.
Just everything's green.
The smell of it. So I just love the smell of it. And I don't have one of those fancy juicers where it's like the corkscrew with like the compression. When I have the one where it just rips it apart.
Yeah, that's what I have too.
That's fine.
Mine has that coarse mesh on the inside of it, but it's totally not a good one.
I love my juicer. I mean, it's not the best in the world, but I got that the Juice Man juicer. What's his name?
Jack Delaney or something like
whatever.
that?
I have one of his juicers. It's nice. I like it.
I just have like a Hamilton Beach or one of those off the shelf shit.
Hey, I mean, if it works, it works. I don't do it enough though. But I know a lot of people like to argue and say, well, you shouldn't juice. You should only make smoothies. I get both sides of it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't fucking matter to me. Like, I like juicing better than smoothies because of the texture thing. Mm-hmm. So
I do both.
Whatever.
When I make smoothies, though, it's honestly mainly like frozen fruit.
Yeah, I mean, I like smoothies, don't get me wrong. But I mean, I'm not about to make a green smoothie. Sorry, the texture is going to kill me.
Yeah.
It's just...
Oh, yeah, that'd be a lot.
Plus, that's a shit ton more fiber.
Yeah.
And not that fiber is bad for you, but
no.
I mean, let's be honest.
Vegans.
Being vegan, we eat a shit ton of fiber.
Shitting all the time.
Like, I took my grandma to a farmer's market today. Amazing. 93-year-old lady walking through a farmer's market, yelling at people about the freshness of their fruit. It was awesome.
What was she saying?
So, like, the last week she went there and she bought some cantaloupe.
Yeah. And
she wanted to come again and get some more cantaloupe, so I took her down there. And they raised the price by 33 cents on the cantaloupe. And she chewed the guy out for like 3 minutes over 33 cents.
Hell.
And he's just like, he's just a farm worker.
Yeah.
He's just a kid.
Yeah.
He's like 16, 17, worked on the farm.
I don't know.
He's like, hey, that's just the price they told me. I'm sorry. It was great.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I love her. Anyways, we bought a basket of apricots. Yeah. And I shouldn't say she bought a basket of apricots and I was getting ready to leave and she handed me like half the apricots. I'm like, oh, why are you giving me half your apricots? Uh-huh. She's like, man, if I ate this much fiber, I'd be having diarrhea all the day. Just made me think, oh, I do eat that much fiber every day.
Yeah. It happens. At least we don't have to take laxatives when we're older.
Yeah, hopefully. Because we'll be eating the apricots and the prunes. And I love prunes, by the way. I really do.
Prunes are okay. I
like plums better.
I can eat a couple prunes.
But I like prunes.
Yeah.
Anyways, Kel, 12% of you never had it.
I'm one of those people.
If you never had it, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, you're not really missing out.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's really a fad right now.
It really is. It really, really is.
I think the fad kind of hit when I was in prison a lot. And that's probably why.
It's like same way I feel with like quinoa. Uh-huh. I'm not saying either one of these are bad. I'm not a quinoa fan.
I didn't like quinoa. I'm getting more used to it. I don't like the forest destruction about part of it.
I know nothing about like anything about the agriculture of quinoa. All I know is that 12 years ago I had quinoa with a bunch of fucking hippies, and it was the worst shit I've ever had in my life.
It can be super plain. It's one of those things like you boil it with like veggie broth and you're good because it soaks up the veggie broth and it's like okay, it's like veggie broth and grain.
I mean, I guess it would be very similar to how people feel about lentils. I guess
I love lentils.
I love lentils. So
I'd say the quinoa is more like couscous, but a little bit crunchier.
I mean, anyways,
but all grain, not pasta.
Let's talk more about Kel.
I'm over Kale.
I'm over Kel. Well.
What are the other answers? Okay, well, then we got soup. That's
8%. Grow it. This is one thing, though, I will say. Kale is such a hardy plant that when I'm able to grow my own food, I will grow it.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Because it's super nutritious for you. It's easy to grow. It's so hardy. It can grow in harsher climates, colder climates. So many varieties that if you're growing your own food for sustenance, this is definitely on there.
In 5 years, I really want to be to a point where I'm fucking living a lot more off the grid.
Basically,
off the grid.
my goal is, if you're going to do like 5-year plan, I'd say in 5 years I want 50 to 75% of my food intake to be hand grown. Right now, whether that's by me or like a close relative, or but actually grown in a family garden, or plot, or community garden or plot. Yeah. Right now, I'd say I'm probably at like 20-25%.
That's better than most people.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the things I envy my parents on.
You're making a lot more of your own bread. And
I am.
Like
I'm making my own I have my own sourdough starter that I've got going now. The cost savings are amazing. The time I get to spend with my daughter doing it's invaluable.
Could you make an olive loaf?
I could.
With rosemary?
I could. Yeah.
And have it be delicious with a little bit of salt on top.
This is so far my experiences with real like traditional breads is I can get it done and it tastes good.
Yeah.
But I can't get the shapes. Like, I'm not good at the forming of the bread.
Yeah.
I think that's like the hardest
most
thing.
people just use a pan?
Well, you can use cast iron inside your oven, which I don't have, and that will form like a round loaf.
Yeah.
But other forming, no, I mean just even that forming those inside the pan is can be hard.
Thank you, sweetie.
So, I think that that's kind of what they do at like Harmon's, right?
Well, it depends on the shape, but basically they use cast iron for
round
different
loaves.
shapes and they also have like oval loaves and stuff like that.
It's just bread. It doesn't fucking matter.
No, but that's where the real artistry I think lies.
Yeah, I think it's funny, like the generic square loaves, just like the bloop bloop with like the heart top with the square bottom.
Just like the traditional like store bought like white bread.
I think it's kind of funny that that's just become standard for bread.
I mean, it's a classic way of baking. I mean,
it makes an easy sandwich, but why not just fucking have it all square? No, I'm just kidding, because I know how it rises over the.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about like way different types of bread. I mean,
yeah,
it's one of the, as far as baking goes, making bread was one of the things that always scared the shit out of me until I really started getting into it. And because like the scary thing to me is like you look at like most breads, it's all the same ingredients. Mm-hmm. Like you're looking at like your different, I don't even know, like you're like all your different breads are basically all the same ingredients.
Yeah,
it's how you mix them and your proportions of them and how you let it rise. And so I mean that's where the artistry comes in. That's what always scared me about it. But it's fun. I mean, it's totally fun. Anyways, others. Oh my god.
Rub it all over my naked body was one of the others for Kale.
I've never tried that.
Yeah, it might be good.
Might be.
I like taking Kale to movies. He is a nice guy.
Well, I'm glad Kale's a nice guy. If you're gonna take him to a movie, why don't you go to that next step and make him happy at that movie, if you know what I mean. Kale will thank you.
You should toss Kale in your salad. I don't know. Go eating out. I don't know.
I know where you're going with that one.
Sex terms. I don't know. Have sex with him.
I thought you were going to say make him toss your salad.
That works too.
I thought that's where you're going with that.
I mean, kale salad. I don't know. I don't know who Kale is. I'm sorry. It might be like your grandpa. I don't. That's fucked up.
I bet you, if he is your grandpa, he has tossed someone salad at one point in his life.
I don't know. I don't want to know that kind of shit.
Here's something that I hadn't thought about until I saw this on Reddit the other day.
What's that?
The post was, what is like a very simple fact that just makes you really happy?
Yeah.
Somebody responded, a very simple fact that makes me happy is that every one of my direct ancestors have had sex.
It's true.
I like that. They all got laid. Every one of my direct ancestors got laid, and good on them. Good on each and every one of you. But the funny thing apart that was the next response to that was, was there's a good chance statistically that one of those was rape.
Oh, that's terrible.
And that is probably true also.
I know that that's part of my family history.
Rape?
Yeah.
Really?
Gypsy.
You do come from gypsy blood, huh?
Yeah, but it was gypsy royal blood. So royal people would take advantage of the gypsies.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of Reddit, we wanted to do a new little segment.
We did.
Reddit on Reddit.
Reddit on Reddit?
Yeah.
Is that what we're calling it?
Sure. Why not?
Reddit on Reddit.
Reddit on Reddit.
Bum-ba-dum-bum.
So we just pulled this up, and we this is one of the things on under the anarchism subreddit, which I have mixed feelings about.
I don't really go on the anarchist one too much. I'm all on like Today I Learned and Photoshop battles.
Here's one thing that blows me away though. The anarchism subreddit has almost 42,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
That's insanity. Like imagine if we could actually organize all 42,000 of those
That'd be intense.
Is they're anarchists. Anyways, here's the question. I'm an anarcho-capitalist but want to expand my knowledge of classical anarchism. Can I get a recommendation on a book or a few books that you think would challenge or completely change my views? So before we read some of these answers, which
ANCAP.
What was that? ANCAP. Yeah.
ANCAP.
We're talking to you, Martin. I wonder if Martin posted this.
Did he say he was an anarchist?
Yeah, Martin the intern, our new intern. When we were interviewing him, he told us that he came to anarchism because of ANCAP. Not that he was anymore, but that's what got him interested in it. Which that makes sense. A lot of extreme the libertarians come to anarchism through anarcho-capitalism. Let me just be really blatantly clear on this. I am not an anarcho-capitalist. I believe they're contradictory ideologies, and that's where I draw my line. Like, so if we were in a full-out civil war, you're on my other side.
I'm just a full-blooded capitalist. I mean, if I can make it to the top anyway, I'll do it.
Okay, so first reading that comes to your mind that you think someone who is into anarcho-capitalism should read. Number 1.
I don't know. That's super hard.
Okay,
I think What is Property is a great one by Proudhon.
Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, it's very classical.
Yeah,
I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if someone hasn't read that's looking into anarchism, they need to.
Yeah, but my only whole thing with that is that like his whole economic structure in that he describes in there, what they call it, mutualism.
Mm-hmm.
It's not pretty much, as far as to my knowledge, it's not widely held by almost any anarchist today.
No.
So it seems to me like if you're going with somebody who has that economic thinking, that the economics in that is not really a good example of what modern day anarchists are really thinking.
You could always go with like
my very first guest is Capitalist System. I love the Capitalist System. It's a really good short essay, pamphlet kind of thing. I used to give it to all my employees.
Yeah.
Because I was a manager, I was a boss, and that was the first thing I gave him is you need to understand what this system is that we're under. Always led to interesting conversations.
Well, I think somebody that's like thinking about like the capital side of things, or like the business side of things, can always look into a lot of anarcho-syndicalist stuff. I mean, I feel that I'm more anarcho-syndicalist than anything, but
I think syndicalism is definitely where my base lies.
Yeah,
but I think I'm really growing and expanding on that.
I think I'm really growing and expanding on the green side. Not to the point of primitivism.
See, that's my whole thing is like I think too much of the green side goes towards primitivism.
Yeah,
that's why like I would be hesitant to take someone who's like looking to get away from anarcho-capitalism, getting into like I don't even want to call it mainstream anarchism, or just more acceptable anarchist views. I mean, I hate to say it, but ANCAPs or whatever, you're not really accepted by the general anarchist community.
Most
so
think
just
it's
one of the other kind of ideologies.
Well, One Big Union, that's one thing. IWW puts out a pamphlet. They could totally read that.
Yeah. Let's look.
I just think I can't think of a ton of anarcho-syndicalist books off the top of my head right now.
Yeah, here's one of the responses. You got One Big Union by the IWW, Basic Anarcho-Syndicalism by the CNT. I don't even know. I don't know what that one is. I haven't heard of that one. And Debt: The First 5,000 Years by David Graeber.
And we have that on our website.
I love that book, by the way. I haven't finished yet. I'm 3/4 of the way through. I've been reading it on my iPhone. It's fucking ridiculous to read on an iPhone.
Yeah.
But completely...
You have an iPhone?
Yeah. Completely changed my my thinking on debt, on the history. Like, I highly, highly recommend it to everyone. That's why it's actually on there. I'm the one who said we need to put that on there. We don't get paid for that shit.
No.
That's just,
we put shit up there.
It's just, hey...
I think I have like
out.
10 things on there now.
I have no idea what's on there.
Probably need to cut some of those back.
But I really want to read his new book called The Democracy Project.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I still need to get that book and read it. I just don't have any time to do shit anymore.
Yeah, it's but I highly recommend it. And if anything else, if you're an ANCAP and you're looking at anarchism, the one thing that debt will do is really open your eyes to the backside of capitalism. Not just capitalism, the backside of the history of debt. And you at least get a lot of anthropological understanding of what the current system is based on, where it came from, whether or not you agree with the abolition of debt or not. It's good to get the backside and not just, this is how it works, blah, blah, blah. It's, this is the consequences of how it works.
Yeah.
I really like it. I'm a huge fan of it. What's some other ones on here? Let's scroll through here.
I know it's like most of the people on here are just like...
We got Studies in Mutualist Political Economy. And that's the other thing. This is the mutualism. That's the proton thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be putting a lot of like free market shit.
Market's Not Capitalism, Property is Theft, and then instead of a book. That's what somebody else wrote.
Yeah, I was actually thinking Property is Theft more than what is...
Here's a Primitive Accumulation of Capital.
Never heard of that.
I don't know what that one is. Black Flame, great book, although it may take you a while to find free online version of it. I've never heard of it. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of the capitalist system.
The capitalist system? What?
By the pamphlet.
I know. I just misheard you.
Oh yeah,
I'm a huge fan of the capitalist system. All right. There he says it.
Anyways, that's enough of Reddit.
You read it on Reddit.
What
are your favorite subreddits?
Favorite subreddit?
Yeah. Which ones do you find yourself frequenting most often?
Advice Animals and Today I Learned.
Advice Animals, really?
Yeah.
That's a random one.
Why?
I mean, not random. I mean, it's a popular one.
It's a really popular one.
But it's just like...
Those are two, like, huge ones.
I know it's a huge one. I'm just like, it's not one that I do.
I think they're funny.
They are funny.
And sad at the same time.
Yeah, they are. I'll go onto it occasionally. I also am like...
That's like when I'm bored and I have nothing else to do. That's like one of my defaults.
I was talking to Ian and he said one of his favorites is Awe. And I'm just like...
Really?
Yeah, I'm like...
I mean, okay, I can picture that with him.
Animals are cute. And I'm an animal rights activist, but I just
that's not my thing.
I don't need to look at cute animals all the time.
There's hitting fucking overload there.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what it is.
Yeah, no, I really like Today I Learned. Another one
I learned one of my favorites.
I've been frequently a lot more is Built for Life and DIY, or Buy It for Life, not Built for Life. Buy It for Life.
Okay.
And basically, Buy It for Life. It's a lot of people basically saying, "Hey, I need to buy this. What's something that will last me a very long time."
Awesome.
So I like going through there and getting,
that's way cool.
Some really good things. But I like the DIY one a lot.
Mm.
And then there's another one I think it's called Shit I Made.
Shit I Made.
And it's just things that people repurpose and make their own stuff with.
That's awesome. I'll have to check those ones out.
I like those ones.
I actually got into Reddit through Photoshop battles.
Like, I've never seen. I see those every once in a while, but I never go into them.
It's just kind of funny because like that was my entry point into Reddit. It's like, hey, look at these funny fucking Photoshop battles that people do, and I'm like, I could do better than that.
A lot of them are not hard to do better
and so like I started submitting to that, and that's all that I would look at. I would just look at that, and then all of a sudden I was like, all right, I'll look on the front page. Oh, cool! Today I Learned's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I like Today I Learned a lot.
Today I learned one of it. Explain Like I'm Five is another one that's funny.
I don't go there too often. If it's on the front page, I'll
I don't
grab it, but...
frequent it too often. I like the new one that I've been doing is what do you think would happen, or no, what
went wrong?
What went wrong?
Yeah.
Or what could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Yeah.
Yeah. It's what could go wrong, and it's just something that's like driving a car into a kiddie pool. What could go wrong? Whoops.
One of the ones that I wish was way more active is the tea subreddit.
The tea? Yeah.
Tea. It's not bad. I got in a fight on it the other day. Over there's a type of I love tea. Mm-hmm. Like if you know me, you know that I'm not like super into tea like some people are with coffee. I wish I could be. I'm just not rich enough.
Yeah.
But I love tea. If I'm going to drink tea, if I have a choice, I'm going to drink oolong. If I go to a restaurant and they don't have oolong tea, I'm not going to drink any other tea. Fuck green, fuck black. Oolong is the shit.
Fuck jasmine.
Oh god, jasmine's disgusting.
I know a lot of people that like jasmine,
but there's a lot of rare types of oolong that very specific. I feel like I have to go this whole history of tea to people understand this. But green, black, and oolong are all the same tea plants. And white. Thank you. And the flavoring comes from the climate that they're grown in, the location, blah blah blah, and how they're fermented and everything else. Mm-hmm. So my favorite types of tea, oolong is peach oolong, and that's peach oolong does not
have any peach in it.
Doesn't have any peach in it. It just has the citrus sense to it of how it's grown. And the other one that I've always really liked and can't afford is milk oolong, and it has a lot of natural occurring lactose sugar in it because of the region it's born. It has to do with how the cold weather comes on really fast or something like that. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people think that because it's called milk oolong that they do weird fucking shit with it to get that milk flavor, that creamy flavor inside of it. So I got into a fight on Reddit about that because I made a comment about milk oolong, and then they looked at my history and they're like, fuck you, you're vegan, you can't be drinking that shit. That's not how they said it, but they're just like that whole
it has milk in it.
Yeah, they're like, you know that like to get that milk flavor they steam it over vats of condensed milk. It's just that whole like I caught a vegan thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck you. No, it doesn't. Like I hate that whole I caught a vegan thing.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Are you eating animal crackers? Yeah, no. I think that's one cool thing that a lot of people don't know about like actual real good teas and coffees is the flavor, like the flavor that comes from them is actually just biographic.
Yeah, the notes that they hit, and like I get it. I totally get with tea. I wish I could be into coffee because it's so much more like available and ready.
Yeah.
But I can't get down with the flavor.
I still think you need to try a siphon brew.
I will try it. I'm to the point that I will try it.
It's like $7 to $10.
They're expensive. They're way expensive.
But you sit there for about an hour probably, and it's
an experience.
It's an experience, and so you sit there, and they give you like water as well, so that you can cleanse your palate after each taste. Because while it's cooling down, the notes and stuff also change, and so like you could have like a chocolatey, citrusy taste at first, then it could go down into like a mellow peach taste.
Yeah.
And it just depends.
The other thing that a lot of people don't realize, and I don't know if this is true with any coffees, but like really good teas, and we're talking like whole leaf teas here. We're not talking, tea bags, but really good teas can have multiple steepings, especially oolong.
Yeah.
Oolong can have up to 5 steepings, and it gets better with each steeping. Like if you go to like real good tea houses, the most expensive oolongs you're going to get are going to be your 3rd and 4th and 5th steepings.
Yeah.
The ones that are the cheapest.
Yeah.
It get a more complex bouquet when you get into the multiple steepings. And that's why like you can see some of the teas and you're like, holy shit, that's like, $40 for 2 ounces. Well, that's because you can use them multiple times and it gets better. So it's a lot more usage out of them. Not saying I don't buy tea that's $40 for 2 ounces, but that shit's out there, and that's not even the most expensive it gets.
And I don't buy coffee.
I wish I could. Don't get me wrong. I would drink that shit every day. But
I feel way too privileged if I did that.
It's ridiculous.
I'm gonna go play golf now.
But one thing that I have looked into is growing tea trees or bushes in your home, and it's pretty easy.
Yeah,
that I've been doing. So I want to do that. I want to get one started this year. So
how much
hopefully by next year I can do it.
So you could, with one plant, you could do like 2 years, right? Was that what they were saying?
So basically, what I was reading on it was that one plant will sustain an average average tea drinker. It's 2 cups a day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one plant will sustain one person at 2 cups a day
Forever.
for the life of the plant.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's like keeping it trimmed down, and not letting it grow to like its height, and that's like keeping it. That's a real cultivated height. Excuse me. And so if you're doing things like oolong, which you're going to go into your different fermentation processes and everything else, you can go and turn from picking to actual brewing to drink in about 10 to 15 days. So once you get going, you can just constantly be having, tea ready and to the go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I'm way into.
The only thing I've really done is grown like peppermint and thyme and that kind of stuff in the backyard, and then dried it out and drank it as tea. It was like an herbal tea.
Okay, yeah.
But
peppermint's amazing to grow because it's like a fucking weed.
Yeah, no, they all are like that.
Except my peppermint died last year.
Really?
Yeah.
No, ours died too last year. It's probably a harsh winter.
I must have been something. Yeah, but my peppermint died last year.
It's very very weed like though, for sure.
Yeah, I mean it's
lemon thyme.
There's certain peppermints you can use as like they're hardy enough that you can use them as ground cover for walking, like in between like paving zones and stuff.
Yeah.
So as you walk, it crushes a little peppermint. You get that peppermint smell.
Yeah.
But they're hardy enough that they'll survive that. Like they're amazing. I love that shit. But I want to grow my own tea.
That's why I just want to live off the grid.
I mean,
more and more every single day that I'm alive.
I
just want to.
Yeah, me too.
Fuck everything.
Downsizing all the time. Like this last move, we had to downsize a ton, and I find it liberating.
Yeah,
I really do. I really find it liberating.
I'm looking to downsize quite a bit pretty soon.
Yeah, like I actually I want to get rid of a TV.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have less. I mean, not that I have a ton. I only have 2.
Yeah,
but I want to get rid of even one of those. I don't want to have 2.
One in your room?
Yeah, I want to get rid of it.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
we're gonna have one,
or maybe keep it in the room, but make it so TV isn't for entertainment. For like the masses. So
I like video games and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not that I'm not into it. Like it's
I live off the grid, but I like to play video games.
No, I mean each to their own. But it's not like I'm inviting people over to watch TV.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If I'm inviting people over, it's for games or for food or for something like that, and our focus should reflect that.
See, I don't plan on getting any like cable or satellite service.
I don't have any. Like I love it.
Yeah.
Like that was one of those things that was, can I live without this type of thing when we had it? And then getting rid of it, it's very liberating. Now talk to my wife and she might say something different.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. Like we are addicted to the constant stream of entertainment that we get through those services, and some of them are great. Like Breaking Bad's coming back.
Yeah.
I don't get that shit.
I like Breaking Bad.
I love Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
That's
why you just get it online.
That's exactly, it's
available.
It's not like it was any different. We used to DVR that shit anyways and watch it pre-recorded. So, you
just have to wait a couple of days.
I'll get my content in some other manner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only thing that we have is we have Netflix.
Yeah.
Which sometimes it's really shitty and sometimes it's great.
Yeah.
How it rolls, man. That's how that shit rolls. So how much do you think you're gonna have to downsize when
I don't know, just depends on the place.
Yeah.
I'm keeping all of my just looking at things. I have a bunch of stuff, but I can cope with getting rid of a lot of it.
Yeah.
Some of the things I don't want to get rid of are like gaming stuff, but I'm not gonna have them in boxes. I was thinking of kind of like a wall of gaming shit, just because that's what you do when you have a lot of gaming shit.
You're such a fucking bachelor.
That's nerd quality. I have games that I was looking online the other day, and it's like top 10 rare games for Game Boy, and I was like, the fuck, I have
and you want to hang that on your wall?
3 or 4 of them. No, on have shelves on my wall and have all the.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see how that works out for you.
No, we'll have to talk tomorrow. That's how I do it. It's my game shit. That's cool.
Oh shit.
I'm not gonna collect though. I don't think I'm gonna collect.
I don't like collecting at all. One thing though, I am really, really, really glad that Callie started collecting is Pyrex.
You're glad?
I'm glad. I'm actually glad about this because it enabled us. We got rid of all of our plastic. We donated it all.
Yeah.
We won't buy any more plastic like that. So no, the only thing that we have left is some like Tupperware things, which we were slowly getting rid of. They're reusable. They're nice. They're actually cheap. Like even like the vintage Pyrex that she's getting, they're cheap and we use them still. Like it's not like
it doesn't matter that they're vintage.
Yeah, like they're usable. They're great. They're
Is it cheaper to get them vintage?
actually a lot of them are. Like Pyrex is not cheap.
Yeah.
Like people don't realize. Like,
Or the Fire King or whatever else.
Yeah, whatever. You know, she likes Pyrex. That's her thing.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't care. And my only thing when
usable.
she started like really getting into it was if you're gonna have these, they're gonna be usable.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, that's the excitement of it is, you know, actually being able to use it and display it. So she gets like more excited about like, you know, making something in her Pyrex and bringing it to a party and being like, look at my beautiful Pyrex.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like this thing that's like hidden, and that's why I kind of like it. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm looking at it right now.
yeah, you're looking at some of it. I mean, my sourdough starters in like Pyrex from the 40s.
Sweet.
You know what I mean? Like it's being used.
Did you know Pyrex is union made?
I did know that.
God bless the union.
Yeah. So I'm a huge fan of it. Like I'm really glad that we did that because it enabled us to, you know, take a step we wanted to, which is use less plastic, and you know, we're not buying new, so it's not new consumer product. It's old consumer.
Yeah.
And it's giving it a home where it's actually going to be used. And so I think it's a win-win.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I like it.
It is a win. I get some of it.
It's true. We've given you.
I bought
given
some
you
of it. We'll see what happens with it.
Yeah.
I mean, Mari and I will definitely use it.
I mean, it's good stuff to have.
But we'll see if it progresses to the point that Callie's gotten.
No, I don't think it will. And plus, like what she's doing now is, you know, she's looking for specific things, and you know, she's bartering and trading what she currently has to get those things. So it's not like lots of money going to it. It's actually very surprisingly little. Has gone into it. I mean, I would say the amount of money that's gone into it is about the same as going and buying a brand new Pyrex set now that would have like your standard baking stuff.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
we have a ton more than that.
Oh yeah, way cool.
Yeah. So, ready for want to do the last segment of the day?
What are we doing? Yahoo?
Yeah.
Or Anarchy answers?
Answers.
Hold the government!
Answers.
Hold the government! Sit fuck in front of your mom!
Say fuck in front of your mom.
That's right. Okay, let's load up Yahoo Answers and let's get some Anarchy answers in here.
Can I text to a cell phone from Yahoo? I don't fucking know.
I don't know that one. Which Apple device do you like better? Which Apple devices are they talking about here? iPad, iPhone, or iPad Touch? If you're going from an anarchist standpoint, you should say fuck Apple. But personally, I'm really a big fan of the iPhone.
Yeah, iPhones are nice.
Yeah.
iPad would be okay, but it doesn't have a phone on it.
Yeah, you know, why not get the best of all of it?
iPod Touch is just an iPhone without a phone.
Bastardized phone.
So that shouldn't even be on there.
But really, you know, I'm an Apple fan, but fuck Apple. I mean,
Yep.
ugh. How do parents not kill their babies?
They're all extremely annoying.
I can tell you,
ethics.
You know, being a parent, that has never ever even come across my mind as something like this should. What if this was available? It's not there. I don't even know how to answer that question.
Why didn't your parents kill you?
Like seriously, fuck you, piece of shit.
What is it?
These are terrible questions on
what kind
here.
of dog I have? Google.
Why the fuck does it matter? Like seriously, like why does breed specific matter to you? Like love the animal you have, take care of it, be the best, you know, companion for that animal, and move the fuck forward, you piece of shit. God, I don't like these people. Can two people test negative for HIV and still have it? Yes, they can. It's rare, but it happens. You can also test positive and not have it. That happens also. Biggest thing with HIV, though, is that once you get tested, you should wait 3 months and fucking get tested again without having sex.
Yes.
Or at least make sure your sex is always safe.
With the same partner.
With the same partner. Because you need to get tested twice before you know you're completely safe.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that one.
Why? What?
Which
I
one?
don't know. Never mind. Keep going.
Uh,
Which dress for my senior pictures? Whatever.
How about this one? I like this one. How to earn money while I wait for employment. Okay, so how do you earn money when you don't actually have a job?
There's a lot of things you can do. You can beg.
You can beg.
You can panhandle.
What's the difference?
Well, you could like beg your parents. Hey, give me.
You could panhandle your parents too. Just stand out in front of the door with a sign.
You can scam people.
I don't like scamming.
No, that's not very cool.
That's not a cool way.
No, but that's a way.
That is a way.
You can prostitute yourself, which I mean, if you're willing, but it's still a territory that's kind of.
I'm not anti-sex worker, but when you're doing it for these reasons, I don't think it's the right reason to do it. But it's a way. It's a way.
It's an option.
It's an option. You know what is a great option? I paid rent doing this for a long time. Plasma. Sell your fucking plasma. It's not a ton of money, but it's definitely enough money to buy you food for a month.
You can walk people's dogs.
You could do that. I like those answers. You can also just contact any anarchist organization, and they will be glad to either help you find employment or help you in the meantime.
You could trim someone's balls.
Are you offering that up?
I'll give somebody $5.
But there's a lot of jobs you can get really quickly. Like Labor Ready is an organization here. I don't know if there are other places.
Yeah, I've heard of even your workforce services shit if you have to.
Yeah. And then the entire time while you're doing that, you should get in contact with your local IWW chapter and learn how to stand up for your rights when you do get gainful employment.
Mm-hmm. Girl, you know it. Wait tables.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just keep fuck this Yahoo bullshit. One more.
Let's find one. Let's find a good one here. Is there a bit of gay in all of us? Yes.
There's a little bit gay in all of us.
I would say
that's Honey Boo Boo, isn't it?
If you go by the Kinsey scale, right?
Yeah.
It basically states that most people fall somewhere along the scale and have some forms of sexuality.
We're bored. We need to leave. Do you want us to wait for you?
Yes. Yeah, we'll finish up right now.
Yeah.
But we want to go to Craft City.
Oh, fuck.
That's cost money, you know.
No, it's free.
For them to get in.
It's a free event.
For them to table there.
It just seems like glorified Relief Society to me.
I kind of
we don't have to whisper you don't want to go there. We had this argument yesterday. I didn't want to go either.
Callie, is it Honey Boo Boo that said, is there a little bit of gay in all of us?
Okay. How do you feel about that? Is there a little bit of gay in all of us?
How do I feel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
How much gay is in you?
in me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Here, lean in so they can hear you.
Probably a lot more than most people. I probably have like 25% gayness.
Only 25?
Well, if all women were me, I'd be gay for myself.
I think I took one of those online tests a couple years ago, and it was like 45% gay.
I'm from Ravenclaw.
What does that mean?
That's my Hogwarts house.
So how much gay is that put in you?
No, I'm just saying you took an online thing. I did too.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Ravenclaw.
Okay. Yeah, I think that everyone falls on a scale.
98% ska.
Nice. I took one of those like hardcore like it was a vegan straight edge test. Yeah. I came back pretentious as fuck.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Just take a diva test.
The what?
A diva test.
Is there a diva test?
I don't know.
I'd probably come back diva as fuck.
Yeah, you would.
Okay, well, let's go to Craft Lake City. Ugh. Or you don't have to. Fuck you. But I'm going to go.
Bye.
Because I love my partner. Today we heard The Herbs, The Incident, The Vodka, Sunshine, and as always, El Comandante's Which Side Are You On? Today's episode was brought to you by Bombs and Beating Hearts. Name your own price for their album at bombsandbeatinghearts.bandcamp.com. Fuck, shit,